So this is sort of a behind the scenes video for my sermon that I entitled Lost Letters that I preached on February 18th, 2024, which was the first Sunday in Lent. So I had the idea for this sermon to do a behind the scenes on Peter, sort of a biographical look at who Peter was, where he had come from, why he was a fisherman, why it was difficult in those days to be a fisherman, and look at information on his backstory. Since we're starting a Lenten series, we'll follow Peter all of the weeks in Lent. I thought that was always start at the beginning. That's a very good place to start. So I had the idea to come up with the thought that Peter had written letters, that he was sort of documenting this as he had started his ministry of fishing for people. And so I had the idea of finding these lost letters in the church attic somewhere. The funny thing is that after I preached this sermon, several congregation members came up to me thinking these letters were real, that maybe a previous pastor had written them, that, gee, why hadn't we found them sooner? Or, man, I wonder when they were written. So I had the letters with me as I was greeting folks after worship so they could see they're not letters written by Peter, the real Peter. They're not letters written by a previous pastor. They have not been in the attic in a crinkly box for a long time, because I wrote and I made these letters. So these are, I don't know if you can see, but I changed the font to make it look like handwriting. I crumpled the paper. I tore and burned the edges, and I smeared the front and the back with actually leftover Ash Wednesday ashes. So I had a lot of fun doing this. I hadn't done this since a project I think I did back in 8th grade, but I checked on the internet to see ways that you could age paper, and that's what I did. So I had a lot of fun preparing this sermon and reading this sermon in front of the congregation, and people's reactions to it made it all the more better. So if you ever are in the need to age paper like that, there are plenty of good websites about it. I started by printing on tan paper, and that did a lot of the work for me, so I didn't have to age the paper with tea bags or coffee or anything like that. So this is the behind the scenes on the Lost Letters sermon.